Let's examine what government does. We look at the nature of government and the functions a government performs. Government is an institution that creates and implements the policy and laws that guide the conduct of a nation and its citizens. Remember, if you didn't get that, pause, rewind, watch it again. Citizens are those members of a political community, town, city, state, or country, who, through birth or naturalization, enjoy the rights, privileges, and responsibilities attached to membership in a given nation. Naturalization is the process of becoming a citizen by means other than birth, as in the case of immigrants. Let's look at this quote from FDR. He said, remember always that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionists, something I think we forget oftentimes in this country. Although governments vary widely in how well they perform, most national governments share common functions. To get a clear sense of the business of government, consider the following key functions performed by government in the United States and many other national governments. To protect their sovereign territory and their citizenry, and to provide national defense. Governments protect their sovereign territory, that is, the territory over which they have the ultimate governing authority, and their citizens at home and abroad. Usually, they carry out this responsibility by maintaining one or more types of armed services, but governments also provide for the national defense through counterterrorism efforts. In the United States, the armed services includes the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard. For the year 2013, the U.S. Department of Defense budget was approximately $525 billion, that's with a B, dollars. This excludes about $88.5 billion in overseas contingency operations for U.S. efforts in Afghanistan and support for the Office of Security Cooperation in Iraq, which are funded separately. So really you have to add 525 plus 88.5. Governments also preserve order domestically. In the United States, domestic order is preserved through the National Guard and federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies. Secondly, to preserve order and stability. Governments also preserve order by providing emergency services and security in the wake of disasters. For example, after Hurricane Katrina struck the Gulf Coast and the city of New Orleans in August 2005, the National Guard was sent in to provide security in the midst of an increasingly dangerous situation. Though in the eyes of many critics, including local and state elected officials, the action came too late to preserve order. Governments also maintain stability by providing a political structure that has legitimacy. And a good definition for that is a quality conferred on government by citizens who believe that its exercise of power is right and proper. Thirdly, to establish and maintain a legal system. Governments create legal structures by enacting and enforcing laws that restrict or ban certain behaviors. In the United States, the foundation of this legal structure is the federal Constitution. Governments also provide the means to implement laws through the actions of local police and other state and national law enforcement agencies. By means of the court system, governments administer justice and impose penalties. To provide services is the fourth one. Governments distribute a wide variety of services to their citizens. In the United States, government agencies provide services ranging from inspecting the meat we consume to ensuring the safety of our workplaces. Federal, state, and local governments provide roads, bridges, transportation, education, and health services. They facilitate communication, commerce, air travel, and entertainment. Many of the services governments provide are called public goods because their benefits, by their nature, cannot be limited to specific groups or individuals. For example, everyone enjoys national defense, equal access to clean air and clean water, airport security, highways, and other similar services. Because the value and benefits of these goods are extended to everyone, government makes them available through revenue collected by taxes. Not all goods that government provides are public goods, however. Some goods, such as access to government provided health care, are available only to the poor or to the older Americans. Fifth, to raise and spend money. All the services that governments provide, from national protection and defense to health care, cost money. Governments at all levels spend money collected through taxes. Depending on personal income, between 25 and 35 cents of every dollar earned by those working in the United States and earning above a certain level goes towards federal, state, and local income taxes. Governments also tax commodities, which are commercially exchanged goods and services, in various ways through sales tax, property tax, sin taxes, and luxury taxes. Lastly is to socialize new generations. Governments play a role in socialization, the process by which individuals develop their political values and opinions. Governments perform this function, for example, by providing funding for schools, by introducing young people to the various faces of government, perhaps through a police officer's visiting a school or a mayor's bestowing an honor on a student, and by facilitating participation in civic life through institutions such as libraries, museums, and public parks. In these ways, governments transmit cultural norms and values such as patriotism and build commitment to fundamental values such as those as we will explore later this year.